எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் ஒரு இன்ஸ்பைரிங் ப்ரோக்ராம். After listening to the response from a couple of children representing all other children, I feel this kind of camps we can have in every Chhatralaya of the Aim for Seva. There are 80 of them now, all over the country. And we have the place. The Chhatralaya itself is a place. We can invite students from other schools. We can have a camp. Maybe more than one in every place. Why? Because the development of a person implies one's skills in terms of language, in terms of education, in terms of performance, in exams, in sports. All these constitute the person's development. We may call it personality development. The personality is an obsolete word. Person's development. But with all these skills and accomplishments, one has to accept oneself. Then only the person is fully developed. To be that person, self-accepting person, it doesn't come by any type of success from the eyes of others. The whole world can praise you as a marvelous person, but you need to accept yourself, if not a marvelous person, as an acceptable person to yourself. That includes your love for yourself, your respect for yourself, your dignity about yourself. That includes your culture, your parentage. Culture includes language, includes food, includes your music, includes your dance, includes your mode of prayer, and includes your concept of God, Ishvara. And your attitudes towards money, towards the country, towards the society, towards others, significant or insignificant, towards others, your attitudes, and they don't come by. You have to learn. That's what should happen in a camp like this, and that has happened. And that's why this camp is one that is a must for every child. This time you have 70 people in the camp. You can perhaps all summer have camps one after the other. I don't know whether that is possible, but if it is possible, it is worth the effort. Like that boy mentioned, he didn't have an opportunity to learn in the school system something about his own culture, his own ancestors, their accomplishments. It's amazing what we have. In fact, people who have some knowledge about India, they all admire. They all want to come and learn. You come to our Gurukulam. I am now conducting a 3-month course. And the 50% of the people are from different parts of our own country and the rest of them from other countries. From other countries. Why? They have a value. No country has got respect for money as we have. Money is Lakshmi. We don't consider it as something, a buying power. But a money that loses the buying power if we keep it as money. Against the inflation, it loses value. That is why Lakshmi should not lose value. That is why in Indian women, you don't find anybody falling for this 14 KT gold. They don't want the goddess of Lakshmi loses her value because of your wrong economy and economic policies. And therefore, so they only have 22 carat minimum, and they so that it will retain its value. If not, it doesn't gain value. Understand this? You cannot try, no man can give 14 KT gold to a woman who is given 14 KT by her husband. Well, he devalues her. It's not worth trying. And therefore, there's an attitude. And therefore, you can't do this act of desecration and putting your foot on a rupee note, even though it doesn't carry any value anymore. 1 rupee doesn't buy anything, but it is a symbol of Lakshmi. You can't step on it. If you happen to, by mistake, you will ask for pardon. That's a Hindu. You may say it's a way of life, but that's Hindu. These days you have to call this is Hindu. Even though we didn't have a name, better we have a name nowadays. It's very important. Because that is a Hindu attitude. How to point out that? It will disappear. In that word is contained that attitude. The Hindu attitude towards money. Hindu attitude towards book, towards knowledge. We don't have secular knowledge. Nothing is secular. Bhumi is Bhagavan, and air is Bhagavan, space is Bhagavan, stars are Bhagavan, sun is Bhagavan, water is Bhagavan, except the government, everything is Bhagavan. And these are the fellows who are secular. Everything is Bhagavan. And therefore, it's so important for every child, all over the world, every child should have respect for itself. And respect for oneself includes one's own parentage and parental culture, from where one comes and to what one belongs. All these are important. And if you love all of them, you love yourself. Minus all of them, you are nobody. And therefore, you cannot help the child grow with dignity, self-respect, and therefore self-approval. No child can grow without having a certain understanding, the meaning of namaste. Vanakkam you can say, namaste you can say. The word namaste is namahate, that's the meaning. To you, my namaskar. The same namaste you can use to address Bhagavan. To the Lord we say, Namaste astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya. That is Veda. Veda tells, hey Bhagavan, Namaha te astu. And then you meet somebody and say Namaste. That's our culture. The more you come to know, the more you develop respect for yourself. And that is important. At the end of the day, you are as good as what do you think about yourself. Correct? What others think is a craving. You want to get approved by others. And even if they approve you, you have no respect for yourself. You will think, you will think only like that because your respect is not there. You need to respect yourself, and for which you have so much. The African tribes have a certain culture. Some of them don't wear even clothes. And their food habits and many other habits are not acceptable to civilized society. But they want to go back to their culture. And if at all they want to come out of some of those things, they need to come out. And that's gradual. Nothing is superimposed, imposed upon them. And therefore, to have roots, you must love your culture and love your family and love yourself as a person. That's what the development implies.